Okay, today we got apple, tomato, banana, melon. Look what I just found in my mailbox. An envelope, Nadia and Marius, with a card, a great big thank you, and a bandana, 50 euros, and a USB stick. Huh? No, it's not a USB stick. Oh, it's a little Swiss pocket army knife. A tiny little Swiss army knife. That's cool. Thought it was a USB stick. And well, okay, you're already a winner if you just drop money in my mailbox. You're my favorite kind of people. Hey Nadia and Marius, we are passing by from Switzerland for vacation on the Atlantic Ocean. So we thought to leave you a little present. A great big thank you for taking us with you on your channel. We enjoy the work you do on your house and your garden as much as we love your sense of humor. Happy to be with you, Betty and Rolf, from the channel Catweasel Van. That is incredibly nice, Betty and Rolf. That's really, really nice. You've been passing through. I probably I wasn't at home, or you didn't ring the bell. Otherwise, we would have had a coffee. Not a Swiss coffee though, a French coffee. Yeah, I did check out your channel. Traveling by van is what we used to do. Really nice. I'm going to look more into it. It's very good that you provide subtitles, because you speak Swiss, and for people who don't know, Swiss is a language you can't understand. It's impossible to understand. It's some form of, well, say if there were aliens on another planet and they had been visited by a missionary from Germany who had taught them German hundreds of years ago, that's probably, they would be speaking Swiss. Anyway, it is good to have subtitles, especially when you're Swiss. Thank you, Betty and Rolf. So, what do I do to prep the ceiling for painting? Is I just scrape all the loose paint off with like a little scraper from the beams, because there's no loose paint on the planks. And then I clean everything with this stuff. I've used it many times before. It's called painting without sanding. It's a Dutch product. The company is called HG. It's a super degreaser cleaner, and it attaches paint without sanding. Yeah, I've had good results with it. I've used it on actually all the painting projects we've had going on here. Yeah, it's always been good. So yeah, I'm just doing that by mop the ceiling. It's the easiest way. And then I'm going to paint it, and I paint it with I also used it before, this product. Now, I don't get sponsored by any of these brands. Otherwise I would have told you. But Ripollin, actually that brand, I've got really good results with. I buy that at Brico Dépôt here. And basically all products from Ripollin have been really good. Yeah, also the the burgundy red, or what they call it this way, rouge basque paint for the door here and all the other doors and things we've done. That's all Ripolin. This is actually a water-based paint. It's fantastic stuff. I cannot recommend it enough. Whew. It's hard work though. And I've been coughing for 4 or 5 weeks now. I just can't seem to shake the cough. And it's not COVID. I'm sure it's not COVID because I'm not really in close contact with people. Might be bird flu. Because some of our chooks have been sneezing as well, I noticed. Maybe I should start sleeping in my own bed again. Okay, who wants some greens? Who wants some greens? I'm going to start with my door. We still have our issues with Orange, with the internet provider, and that is because we have the cable, the glass fiber cable for the high-speed internet running over the facade of the house on the street side. You know, at the time they installed it, that was sort of the most logical thing to do, but later we decided we're going to change the location of the main entrance door. So you can see here behind me, this here is the cable, and it's running over the facade of the house. Now here is where the door is going to be, so that was sort of in the way. So Orange, the provider, needs to cut the cable, reroute the cable, put a piece in between or replace it. It's just a 5-minute job because I have already pre-drilled the hole, etc, etc. It's easy enough, but they need to come out, and it's been a nightmare. Nadia has spoken to them yesterday, and they said, well, we can probably come out in a month's time. So there's just these guys are useless. But anyway, I have pulled the cable as taut as I can, and I have been able to make a sort of a loop which, you know, frees up the area of the front door. So yeah, provided that I don't damage this cable, it's okay for me to start with the front door. Well, and anyway, if I would damage the cable, they would probably come out and repair it within 48 hours or so. So yeah, maybe that's also still an option, to purposely damage the cable so that they come out and redo the job, and then when there's a door in the way, they would have to reroute it. Anyway, it's a pain in the butt. You gotta work around these guys, these companies, really. But anyway, I am going to make a start with the door, and how am I going to do it? I'm going to explain you now. And then we are going to start working on it. As usual, I'm going to speed up everything. 4 times, put a little bit of music under, and that also allows me to play music, because if you were to hear the music that I am playing during my work, we would get into problems with royalties on YouTube. So follow me. You have a good view? Okay, there we go. Still coughing from that bird flu. The door is going to be somewhere here. I got my ceiling, my rafters running in the wall there. We had an old door installed here before our time. We can only see that there was a door installed because it's been filled up the hole with different material. But this door had a lintel, and that lintel is running from above this window, this wooden beam, and that's all the way running all the way to over here. Now, if our door were to fit underneath that lintel, we would have been in a perfect situation. But as you can imagine, guess it's not going to fit. My door is going to be as high as the top of the lintel, meaning I gotta remove this lintel in this place and install another lintel. Now, what does a lintel do? It prevents the ceiling above the opening of the door from collapsing into the hole that we create for the door. It transfers the load of the wall above the hole to left and right of the hole. What I'm going to do is I am going to transfer the load of the wall, the weight of the wall, temporarily in a different way, so that I can start opening this up, installing a lintel before I remove my temporary setup. Same as we've done with these big opening doors on the roof terrace, right? We've built this whole contraption to support the weight of the roof temporarily while I was installing a new lintel. What I'm going to do here, and I've been thinking long and hard about it, I am going to cut beams of wood, put them in between these rafters, connect them to the rafters with strong screws. One here and one here. Then I'm going to have an equally long beam of wood on the exterior of the wall, directly in this location, the exterior of the wall, and then I am going to drill through this beam of wood, through the wall, through the other beam of wood. In that hole I will ram an iron rod, and I'll do that every 10 centimeters, 4 inches. So what you're going to get is that the weight of the wall above here is going to be supported by all those pieces of rebar sticking through the wall, and they are supported by this beam of wood here and here, which are in turn supported by these rafters, and these rafters are going to be supported by these metal stanchions, these metal posts I will place here. On the exterior side I'll do the same. I'll place these metal posts underneath that beam that's sitting on the outside, so that the weight of the wall and the roof above here, the weight is transferred onto the ground. And when that is done, I can start opening up this part for my door. I can install a lintel and finish the works, the edges with cement, etc. Make it all strong and secure. And then I can remove my temporary contraption. It would have been so good if my door would have fit underneath this lintel, because I wouldn't have to do any of that. I would just open it up and go for it. But that's just not the way the situation is. And That is the thing with renovating old houses. You just don't know what you're gonna get. All right, let's get to work. I think I'm ready to knock out this wall. So what have I done? I have connected these rafters together with these beams, blocks basically of wood, secured with angle irons to the rafters. Then I have on the other side of the wall, the exterior side, I put a beam of wood, and I have connected these blocks with the beam outside with long bits of thread, bolt thread. I don't know how you would say that in English. And these are bolted together, so at this moment my rafters are connected with the beam outside, and there is metal bolts going through the wall on at like 15 centimeter 6-inch intervals. I have positioned these struts under the 3 beams. So the load of the roof is placed on the wall upstairs, and the weight of the wall is resting on the floor here. When I take this wall away, part of the wall, make an opening, then the weight of the wall above is resting on these metal threads that are stuck through the wall. These metal threads are resting on the wooden blocks. The wooden blocks are connected with the rafters, and the rafters are resting on these struts that are going to the floor. silly me, I filmed making the molds of the doorstep. I filmed mixing the cement, I believe. I added black pigment to the cement because I just thought black doorstep is maybe nice. And what I really would like to achieve is like the look of like a granite doorstep. So I think after I've poured them and they're cured, I will sand them and polish them and see if there's a coating that I can put on to make them look a little bit more fancy than just poured cement doorsteps, right? Anyway, I completely forgot filming pouring the actual doorstep, and also I forgot filming installing reinforcement steels in the doorstep. Just because when I'm pouring, you're in a bit of a rush, you know, because things are starting to cure. So this is my poured doorstep. Let me step over. And I poured it to the level so that the door can still open. And now I will pour about 1 centimeter, half an inch more to provide a little ledge outside. It will be a little bit higher, just as a draft measure. So I've sealed off the entrance of the door. I squirt PU foam in the crevices where I don't want any of the cement to go. I just gotta wait until that's cured and then trim it, and then I'll pour another centimeter on top of this. Maybe I'll put in some a fiberglass mesh reinforcement mat, just like I've done with the outside one, because the doorstep of our bathroom entrance exit I didn't like, and it wasn't large enough. It was a bit unsafe. So I have also built a mold around that one. Build a mold around it. What I've also done is drill holes in the existing doorstep, stuck in reinforcement bars, so that there's a mechanical link between the old doorstep and the addition. Now I've poured it in, black cement, and now I'm going to do a top layer which will just go up to the level of the underside of the door. What you see there, the yellow, is a fiberglass mesh. Yeah, just as a little bit of a reinforcement. Yeah, also here the gaps I have just sealed off with PU foam. It works really well. Yeah, I've done it several times now. So I've just got to wait until the PU foam that I squirted in today is set, and then I'll trim it off, and then I'll start mixing a batch of cement. I'll let you see what I'm using, and that is this product. It's from Sika. Sika is always good, right? It's a colorant pour béton mortier et enduit, and one of these pots, Jesus, the pot is only half full. That's very inefficient. Yeah, the pot is actually only half full. But anyway, this all goes into one bag of cement, and then obviously you mix the cement with sand and add water. But it's a very strong pigment. I bought several colors because I really like doing this kind of work. I like making molds, and I like pouring, and that sort of stuff. I also bought a ochre one. We can mix in later with lime to get the color that we want. But anyway, it's another really, really hot day. That's also one of the reasons why I didn't film yesterday during the process. I was just really running on fumes in the end. But I'll try to film today the pouring of the last bit, and then I'll let it cure for 24 hours, remove the mold, shape it, because it's not fully cured then, the cement, So it's easily shapeable, like I've actually done here on the inside this morning. You see, I've just roughened it up and sort of sanded it. It's nice, it's the same height as the tiles, the tomat that we're going to lay later. I think this is going to look cool. Yeah, I think it's going to look good. Well, let's carry on. So last night, while the cement was still a little bit wet, I made a pattern in the surface just by brushing it very gently with a broom, with a hand brush. If it would have been more cured, I would have used a wire brush. And then you saw some of these brush marks, but then I just tapped the surface. Just tapped it with the hairs of the brush. This brush. Didn't film it, but that's all I did. Like that. And now you got a sort of a non-skid pattern in it. Now the whole thing should be set. So let's just knock the form off. Before I forget, thank you very much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for commenting. You know that I will always reply to your comment if it's a nice one. And well, most of the comments are nice. Oh, and a big thank you to the people below here who are supporting me or have supported me with a coffee. And if you also would think that I deserve it, you could buy me a coffee via the link below or the link in the description. Your help is really appreciated. Hi darling. Hi darling. Hello sweetie. Hello sweetie, what do you think? What do you think of the new step? Huh? You haven't even pooped on it yet. Oh, that's not gonna take long, huh? Yeah. Oh, it's a nice good step. Good size, huh? Yeah. It's big enough for my big feet and your big feet too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. It's all a bit square, but nothing the angle grinder can't handle. And yeah, well, it's been sitting now for almost 24 hours, so it's sort of sad. But it's not fully cured, it'll take a week. But that's alright, we can use it carefully. Yeah, carefully, huh? Yeah. You're coming to have a look at the work.